Good morning, good morning, good morning. I am just popping in. This wasn't playing. This is not I don't have nothing ready. I just got some stuff I want to talk about. And I'm getting ready to go to a meeting. So I said, why not just jump on and see if you guys missed me? So before we get started, double tap the screen if you're catching the replay. Click that like button. Subscribe if you have not. Um, Always comment respectfully. I like to go back and forth, but we can do it respectfully. And I don't even know where to start. First off, I hope everyone is having a blessed day. Um, I am glad that we did not, well, some of us did not have to go through the hardship that was coming towards us. Uh, some people got, some people did not, some people got half. Uh, I have family members affected by both. My mother was affected by her check was not deposited, and I have a couple family members that food stamps have been reduced drastically. So, whereas there is still help out there, there are still some people um, who have not gotten, and then there are some people who are not getting what they are used to and having to make adjustments and make things happen for their families because instead of $300, they may be getting $70. Like it just kind of it just kind of different, and it's unfortunate that we are experiencing this. This is not the first time that this has happened, but this is the first time that we have had to experience. So until it hits your doorway, it's never perceived the same, or the reaction is never going to be the same. Well, I'm not going to say never. Sometimes it's not going to be the same because people can't relate. Once once you can relate, honey, you pretty much, you know, pretty much got it. But still praying for those who were affected, um, and praying that those that were not affected this month won't be affected next month. So just real briefly, because I am in agonizing pain. Um, I I can't even explain it. Which goes back to um, the prophetic of Bishop Jordan and Prophet Manasseh when they spoke about the transportation. Um, I injured myself uh, doing transportation, and they have been giving me the runaround. Well, had been, let me correct that. They had been giving me the runaround, but things have changed around, and it's kind of a waiting game now, and I'm waiting to see a doctor um, because I've switched states. So, but yeah, so one of the reasons why I'm not on camera because I have not been able to reach up and do anything to my head. Yeah, it's been a journey. Some things that my parents has asked me to do, I just couldn't. I feel bad because I can't, um, but was able to. hire somebody to come out and do it. So yeah, but let's I this is how rushed it is. I didn't put nothing in the topic. I didn't like because I'm driving. I didn't have time to do that. But let's get into the Marvin Winans and uh Sister Roberta. And this is not my how can I say this? This is not about the Marvin Winans side. It is, but it's not. But he's not the focal point right now. The focal point to me is Sister Roberta. Um, Sister Roberta McCoy is hurt. She's hurt. Like, she's hurt to the point where I am a little concerned because her words are of a hurt to me, like a hurt teenager. Like, I'm not gonna read. I can't read all of that. I don't. I like St. James. Read the whole um all of her posts. You can go and check out St. James if y'all have not already, which I probably have. But her posts are of an. It's like a teenager that's been hurt. So if we've gotten into her background of how she, how she grew up and what she had to face with abusive men in her life and how she already felt. And here she is trying to, or thinking that she's found that safe haven in her. And she's reliving that trauma all over again. And I myself, I don't think that that's fair. I don't think that that's fair at all. I think he should correct that. Like, your member is crying out to you and trying to express her feelings, and you tell her to stop all that crying and don't let the devil use you. Like, this is one of the reasons why people are um not interested. It's not that they're not interested in Jesus, or they're not interested in God, or they're not interested in a higher power. They're not interested in the, ooh, choose your words, choose your words, choose your words. They're not interested in the foolery that takes place. And here's the thing. The foolery didn't just start now. The foolery didn't just start 20 years ago. The foolery didn't just start like 50 years ago. The foolery has been from the beginning, but it's how you deal with it. On your phone? It's how you deal with it that makes the difference. Like, we can't keep saying God is love, God is love, God is love, and y'all treat people the way that y'all do. Like you want grace, but you won't give grace. I'm gonna say that again. Y'all want grace, but you don't give grace. Like if somebody comes to you and say how they feel, you don't negate their feeling and then try to throw in a scripture or throw Jesus at them to try to make them act right. That's not right. That's not right. One of the things one of the things that happens is we get so used to the abuse or used to not having a voice because we're supposed to be silent and we're supposed to just do what the leader says and we're supposed to do this and we're not supposed to ask any questions. And who said that? Hey, do the right thing. Where are we not supposed to get an understanding? Because that scripture says in all getting. Okay. So if we have questions or we have concerns or we have even ideas or something, we're not really supposed to be quiet. All they give and it shall be given. Put pressed down, shaken together, and runneth over. Well, men give into your bosom. Okay, and then when the men give into our bosom and our window is open, what are we supposed to do? This is why and I don't care what nobody say. Like y'all can have y'all little gripes about first family of prophecy, the Jordans, Bishop Jordan, Prophet Manasseh. Y'all can say you can have your little personal gripes, okay? But at the end of the day, what you cannot say is that their system does not and has not worked. I don't care what you feel about nothing that they did in their past. I don't care nothing about who nobody been in the bedroom with because at the end of the day, that is between them, they made their family, and at the end of the day, Jesus. I don't have anything to do with that. But what I do know is that what they are trying to teach us has worked. This is the type of things that, I, mm, mm, nope, I'm going to say it. If these were the things that were taught in the church, there wouldn't have been a need for 1,000 plus 1. I'm going to say that again. If these methods, if y'all had taught us what to do when those windows are open and when these people pour into us and when we get these blessings, if y'all had showed us this method, there would not have been a reason for 1,000 plus 1 line at all, because that building would have been done 20 plus years ago and y'all could have made money and everybody in that church could have put up $1 million and made sure that the area around the church that's empty, all of the houses that have been there is no house. It's one, 3 houses on one block, and maybe I'm gonna be nice and say 10 on another block. other than that, there's nothing around there. There's nothing else around there. So when you want to brag on them and oh, they just trying to how they trying to come in this spot, how they trying to because just like Manasseh said, he's tired of seeing us broke in a dogmatic society doing nothing. The principles will work if you work them. They are just offering education. Our people perish for lack of knowledge. Thank you. It's funny to me how you are how people are upset that we are now trying to get the knowledge that Larry had and that Larry was asked. Y'all keep leaving this kind of ooh, almost cuss. Y'all keep leaving this out. Y'all talk about everything else, but y'all Larry was asked to do this so that the same opportunity Larry was afforded, other content creators could have been afforded, and all of this could have spilled over 2, 3 years ago. But that didn't happen. So now that he's found someone that is saying, hey, yeah, this. St. James tried it before he brought it to us. Yeah. So it and if it works, what are we trying to hold it for? We want to be the only millionaire so we can be like, nah, I'm riding in this, woo woo. I'm paying for this. I didn't went on this trip. I didn't went. Why you don't want these people to go on the trips with you? Why you want to be the one that pays for everybody? Why not make these people put these people on the same level and give them the same knowledge that you have so that y'all can have a bigger trip? You can rent the whole island. If everybody that is in your circle is millionaires and they're making money, then you can just take a whole island and have them and their families and whoever instead of you being the main one paying for the trip. Why? So you can say, well, I paid and I take all my people here and I take all my people there. Why not make it so that your people can take their people? I wait. So you're mad at the Jordans because they're trying to do something. They're not trying to take over social media. They're not trying to run content creators. What they're doing is making it so, giving us the knowledge so that we can go into broader. That's just like if my kid met somebody and they start trying to show them different kind of things and they're educating them on things and they're like, Ma, I just did this, and they're making money on top of money, and they coming from a family that comes from money, so they know what to do, and they show my child a system. Who the heck? Mm, it's in the Bible. Who the hell am I to say, well, no, you don't want to mess with them because back in the day they used to? That's crazy. It's selfish, not it was selfish as hell. And the only thing that y'all, yeah, they leaving that out. Oh, what a doing, they master manipulators. However, whatever, you brought him to us. So if he was a master manipulator, it's then your responsibility. It's on your head to take the accountability for bringing this person into our life. But you're not going to do that, because it's now known that it is your responsibility that you held other content creators back and caused friction between everybody. so that you are the focal point. You are the breadwinner. You are the millionaire. You got the big house. You got the college. Like, and you did for people around you instead of sharing with them what was shared with you, which made you money so that they can do better themselves. Like, back to Berta. I'm sorry. But this still ties into it. If these things were taught back then, but then you have to raise the question, does Pastor Winans know this system to even share with his congregation? Because if someone had taught him, then he wouldn't have need to take out a loan, go into no kind of debt, or have been sitting for 20 plus years. Hey, Tasha. Thank you. Like real, that's real talk. If these were instead of people mocking Reverend Ike and talking about him and thinking about all of the bad things, what about the good stuff? Say whatever you want to about him. The man was come on now. Just because you had a scandal or you did something or whatever does not mean that you're still not a good person. If you say two things can be true at the same time, let's be real. I don't care about what goes on in people's personal lives because I have a person. Anything that a person does in their personal life, they are the ones that have to answer at the end of the day. We don't go up as a group to meet God or whoever is at the gate. It is a single, just like you go into the voting poll, you close the gate, it's you and the lever. Well, now the pen. So I can't be so concerned about what a person is doing in their personal life that I miss out on the blessing. God didn't bring the Jordans into our life to dig into their personal life. We ain't got nothing to do with that. He was placed in our lives to show us how to maneuver. If all of these people from Zoe Ministries are saying, yes, this works for me, this system, they're in the chat as they're talking, yes, this works for me. Yes, that's my partner right there. Hey, yes, that's my partner right there. How is it not working? Where is the bad part in it? My life has been transformed since applying the principles. We've all sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. Absolutely. And we gon' fall till the day that we take our last breath. Ain't nobody perfect. I keep seeing people in the Bible, they did. We don't live in the Bible. We 2025. We way past that. This is like, if that's the case, y'all want us to go and put on robes and tie rope around us and start carrying baskets on, like, what is it that's not us? And again, Jesus died for all of that. So what they do in their quiet time, their personal time, in the four walls of their house or their car or whoever, wherever they at, child, who cares? You don't want nobody digging all up and through your life, so stop digging all up and through theirs. Leave them alone on a personal level. But what they're doing financially for the body of Christ, you cannot deny. So stop it. If Marvin Winans had been applying the system that the Jordans had, we would have been maybe in another building by now. Houses would be up and families would be living in them. It, so, mm-mm. But here's a lady who made a sacrifice. You always say sacrifice, give a sacrifice your praise, give a sacrifice. She made this sacrifice and was embarrassed. Embarrassed to the point where, again, if people keep looking at the little boy, yeah, he was distraught too. But the musicians, as soon as he said that, they went in and into that weird music, like, uh-oh. Because even they was like, ooh. And then we saw on the news the next day, which didn't look it I eh, looked weird to me, but hey, only to come back and she be truthful and honest. How was she blamed for being embarrassed? Let how do we blame somebody? So we gonna straight slap the hell out of her and then told her it was her fault. So what did she do? Take their hand and slap her? Self? No, that's not what happened. And the fact that you oh after reading her Facebook post and now you know that she left right out crying. Did anybody console her other than her grandson? And then she wrote a letter, which is what she's supposed following protocol. She reached out to her pastor. And y'all go and make this lady go to the news station with this fabricated lie. First, y'all could have just said nothing. After the post went viral, y'all could have just not said nothing. But you dug a bigger hole by going on TV with this whole story, only to come to find out that that was a whole scheme set up by Patty Flower. Like, come on. Now, what are you going to do? You told her to say this. Y'all told her to do this. Now, what is your comeback? Now you're going to say she's the devil? What y'all going to say now? Oh, the enemy is always the enemy ain't trying to do nothing. Y'all gonna stop blaming everything is, oh, it's the enemy. Oh, that was God. Everything is not the enemy and everything is not God. Although God is all, but you go to the store and you find a dime on the floor. Oh, look at God. Huh? Or you go in the store and you find a dime. Oh, the devil was busy. Yeah, I know that was supposed to be $100. We just it's I can't. It was a setup, Tarsha. Y'all made this lady go up here and say, make sure you say the pastor apologized. But he didn't. Before or after. Make sure you say it wasn't a rebuke. Well, you know good and well that the description that some people have with the church brain, a rebuke is, in the name of Jesus, I cast you out, I call you out. No, a rebuke is a correction. It's just done in a different type of way. Like I can cuss you out without using a cuss word, but the sentiments still go on the same. Yes, doing the right thing. They asked her to make sure that she said that the pastor apologized. Make sure that she said that she did not feel like she was rebuked, all while offering no apology. You tell this woman if she hadn't have got in the wrong line, none of this would have happened. But we know there were other people that were in the wrong line and they were not treated like Bishop Wooden. I bet you want your money back, don't you? Because you were so, oh yeah, you. And then 2 days later, somebody come out about you. Now you said it wasn't true, but that's her story. Y'all can't tell people how to tell their story, but they did. And what did she get for it? She did what they asked her to do, and she still gets blamed. This is the church hurt. This is the type of thing that can make Sister Roberta say, you know what? I ain't doing this no more. And she can take her grandson, her kids. We ain't going to church no more. This is how people treat us. Now the little boy who wanted to preach now has this disdain about the church. But instead of you fixing that, you want to come to church on Sundays and shout because Tyler Perry gave you $100,000, which I'ma say is a slap in the face because this is someone who you say is your friend, someone who you've worked for, you have done movies that still circulate right now today. Just watched a couple episodes of the Brown Meet the Pain or the Pains the other day and you was on. So you $100,000 from Tyler Perry. Child, I would not have bragged about that. That's just me. I would not have bragged about that. Now, if he had gave me 1 million, then we gonna shout. I felt embarrassed for her when she. Everybody felt embarrassed. Even the musicians. Let me say that again. Even the musicians felt some kind of way. Double tap the screen for me, guys. Like on some real. Like, come on. But then again, you have someone like the Jordans trying to do something good, and y'all bringing up old crap. Let's talk about today. I hope oh, I hope he makes this right, and making it right is an apology. How hard is that? If you give a public apology like you gave a public embarrassment, all of this will go away. You will get you will get more money sent in to you if you apologize to this lady. I'm gonna say that again. You think that was a record Sunday? Apologize to Roberta and see what kind of Sunday you have. Hmm. 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 Oh, you think you made a record Sunday the other Sunday with that 600,000? Apologize to Roberta. Somebody go and tell his executive, Patty Flowers, to tell him to apologize to Roberta publicly and watch that money come in. Hey, Miss Cruz, let tell him to do that. I can promise you, if he apologizes to Roberta McCoy publicly, everything will turn around. He ain't gonna do it. He ain't gonna do it. His pride is too big. But what? How do you have? How do you have big pride right now? You should be trying to do whatever to save yourself. You should be trying to do whatever it is right now to save yourself. But her grandson bought her grandson a suit. Exactly. Exactly. Her, you embarrassed Roberta in front of her grandson, which broke him. So what you need to do is just like you had them two was standing up there in front of that church, bring Roberta and the grandson up and apologize to them. Don't give no bold, I'm sorry. No, 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 no. You need to be specific. I am sorry that I spoke to you that way in front of the congregation. I apologize for saying what I said to you. And you gotta wholeheartedly mean it. And then you reach down to that little boy and you say, son, I was wrong for what I did to your grandmother. Son, I was not supposed to talk to her like that. Son, as a leader, as your leader, I apologize to you and your grandmother. And then you ask that little boy, do you forgive me? Don't just apologize and think that it's okay because that's a kid that you made an impression upon. Son, do you forgive me? And if he doesn't, then you are going to have to sit down and explain to this boy who wants to walk in your shoes what it is, what happened, why. You do that, I pro- the news gonna call you 2, 4, 7 gonna jump on the bandwagon anyway. 50, 20, all of the TMZ, they're going to call you, but you ain't gonna do it. He ain't gonna do it. He ain't gonna do it. And it's sad. People, people, leaders offend but don't correct. They just say, pray about it. Oh, we prayed. Or God bless you, sister. God bless you, brother. Keep coming to church. Keep pressing. What when we're going through financial heartaches or if people are going through financial hardships or they lose their job and you just say, oh, just keep praying. Oh, just keep coming to church. Okay, well, yeah, I'm gonna keep praying, but it takes gas for me to put in the car to come to church. It takes money for me to be able to feed my kids so that they won't be sitting in church with their stomachs growling. It takes money for what are they supposed to do? This woman sacrificed and gave happily, and you did that. This woman's post. So I hope that there are people. If she got a friend that friends popped out because of the way that he talked to her, I'm pretty sure she has a support system around her that is talking to her and trying to help her get out of this space. But As much as they try to do, as much as they pray, as much as they talk to her, as much as they might try to get her out to get her mind off of it, he's got to fix. Because just like Patrick Wood, the saints know they pastor, and the pastor should know their members. And if this woman has gone through all of this in her life as her pastor, you should know that there are certain things about her that you cannot do. You have to treat each of your members different, just like you treat each of your children different. You can't treat sister such and such like you treat brother such and such because they have different life. You can't treat sister such and such like you treat sister such and such, even though they sisters, because they are two different people. So whereas you may be able to joke with one, with the other one, nah, she ain't. Mm-mm. Well, she's been through this, so I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna do this. That's like a dog that's been abused. They try to put them in a loving home where they won't be afraid, because a loud noise, something as simple as a broom falling, can make them jump out of their skin. And they need somebody there to say, hey, you're not in that place anymore. This is your safe place. So even if she did that and she didn't, you should have known your member enough to say, now, Berta, Sister McCoy. Now, now, Sister McCoy, I just said this a couple seconds ago. Were you not in? She could have been in the bathroom. Or you could have just said, God bless you, Sister McCoy, and let the next person come up. But you didn't. And you can't tell this lady that she's not hurt. You can't tell her what her experience is. That's how we get into a lot of trouble, because we telling people what they think. We tell it, somebody say, well, you know what? I don't really feel good. Or she feel okay. She just acting. Well, today was a rough day. Nah, it what the sun is shining. You ain't had, like, you can't do that. If that woman said her feelings was hurt, then her feelings was hurt, and you deal with that accordingly. But to brush it off, that made her feel even worse. Can you see me? She feels like she's invisible. Somebody got to, she, a simple God bless your efforts, sister, would have sufficed. Absolutely. That was it. Especially if you know your member. He didn't even have to chuckle. God bless you. You don't know what that lady went through to get that $1,235 at the time when we didn't know whether people was going to get their money on the first or their SNAP benefits on the first or not. But being a dedicated member, she tried to do what her leader told her to do. Do you know, just for instance, and I could be wrong. I don't know if somebody from Zoe Ministries or Bishop or Prophet, would this kind of be in the system? If he apologized, then the windows of blessings could be opened up to him to take care of everything. He would be in abundance. All kind of people are watching. This is social media. Everybody is watching somebody. And if you're not watching it, somebody is watching it and they're going to tell the next person. So I really want to thank again St. James for bringing Prophet Manasseh up Saturday for the LRL Learn, Reinvest, Level Up. I appreciate that. We learned so much. I'm still going over it, and I actually got an email from Priority Gold yesterday because while we were on, I did. Like, I did. So we gotta do better for where we're going. If we don't have residuals coming, I don't know. I don't know. Because this next 3 years, we got some stuff to go through. And if we don't have it for ourselves, you see they taking it. But if it's ours, they can't take it. They can't take what ain't theirs. And if a millionaire, somebody who was making money in their sleep, or while they're talking to me, their bank account numbers is still going up. If they gonna tell me something to help me, guess what? I'm going. And let me say this. Let me say this. Mm. Because people decide to do something, or a group of people decide to do something, does not mean that we're ignorant, because you see the level of people that's doing it. Um, ain't nobody broke. If we all be told, we all broke. You ain't got $1 million, you broke. So if you got $1 million, then you can call me broke. Until you got $1 million and you own and you get residuals, my love, I hate to break it to you, but you are broke too. You're broke too. Broke. Rich people don't look at price tags. They don't. If the tip say it is what it is, 9 times out of 10 they didn't gave 20 to 30% over what the tip says. Don't know rich person say, well, my food is 60 something dollars. I'm gonna tip you five. That's dumb. That's not a rich person's mentality. Oh, I got a bill, it's $100. I'm a give 20. But no, I'm gonna give 15. That ain't rich. Because rich people give because they want the next person to have just as much. Rich people tip more than what the bill is. Hello. So if it's not a bandwagon you want to be on, or if you don't want to join the movement to millionairacy, that ain't even a word. If you do it, don't do it. Just like if you don't want to march for somebody, don't do it. Just like you don't want to go to a restaurant no more because you feel like it's, don't do it. But don't try to distract or down anybody else for trying to come up. That's my time. I'm out of here. I gotta go in this office. These folks is looking at me like, why you just sitting here? So I see y'all. I don't know. It was just on my brain, and yeah, I just, it just came to me. If Marvin Winans was using the system, he wouldn't have. None of this would ever happen. That was my thought. If Marvin Winans was using this system, if he knew about this system, if we knew about this system, none of this would be. See y'all later.